be throwing rocks and hiding their hand, right? They be throwing rocks and hiding their hand. And I don't like them kind of individuals.
A sucker's a nigga pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you see it and you go, oh, I'm not going because this
him out.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
50 Cent was kicked out of Houston by Jay Prince. And guess what? No games will be played this time by 50. He is actively targeting Jay Prince and revealing all of the questionable activities that underlie his alleged extortion scheme. You can rely on 50 to respond fiercely, even if Jay Prince has been feeling the pressure and allegedly sent his associates after 50 to disrupt his operation. He has already taken to Instagram. 50 supposedly possesses receipts that, if he were transparent, could bring down Jay Prince's entire business. Jay Prince still has a lot of power in Houston's streets. He still has people who will stand up for him. And 50 might have to stay alert. I promise you, he doesn't want this kind of conflict. We should discuss this major clash since it is certain to be remembered.
Insinuate, extorting people. Ain't no money in that. Real nigga ain't gonna have that no way. You know, check in for what? I mean, I don't want to impose or force myself.
Jay Prince has been under pressure from 50 Cent for years, and he believes he is the king of Houston. 50 has expressed his disapproval of Jay Prince's entire checking-in program, and their competition has always been intense, nearly volatile. With Jay Prince holding down the streets of H-Town and 50 representing New York, they nevertheless maintained a minor feud from the safety of their cities. Until they happened to meet in person, which doesn't happen very often, they really had no reason to argue. Then everything changed. 50 Cent relocated his entire business to Houston in an effort to bring the feud to Jay Prince's doorstep. The first tweet he sent out announcing this decision said, "I love New York, but I live in Houston now." In the past, he had complained about the 62% increase in New York taxes, which was having a negative effect on his business operations. But that wasn't the only reason he moved. Business people don't want to deal with heavy taxes. I'll elaborate later. His prior desire to be part of the Houston hip-hop scene was mainly motivated by the city's status as a hub for hip-hop, rap, and trap culture in the country. There have also been claims that 50 traveled to Houston because of his alcohol brand. 50 is a businessman who truly appreciates the arts, culture, and entertainment. In order to receive those big returns, he saw investing in Houston as the next smart step. Some have speculated, yes, in order to showcase the bottles, 50 would visit every liquor store in Houston, as Branson Cognac recalls. He might have found a market for his brand in Houston and wanted to be able to easily connect with it. But Jay Prince didn't see it that way. Oh no, he felt disrespected and upset because 50 Cent was stepping into his space. Jay Prince reportedly sent his crew to exert pressure in an attempt to get 50 Cent to drop some funds in order to force him to check in. But 50 wasn't going to allow that to happen. He quickly told Jay Prince that he had his own security and that he would not allow himself to be pressured under the name of checking in.
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker's a pick who he be fight with.
Right.
Like if you see it and you go, oh, I'm not going because this
I won't fuck with him, but I'll fuck with this one.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
I called Jay Prince.
That just served to increase Jay Prince's frustration, though. Sources claim that he tried to enforce a no-fly zone on 50, but 50 made it clear that he didn't play those kinds of games, so it didn't work. Additionally, 50 wasn't hiding to avoid upsetting Jay Prince. He was out there handling business and even creating opportunities for his community. To build a new film studio for his company, G-Unit Film, near Houston, 50 Cent had planned to invest about $20 million. As a result, 50 chose to halt that project and move the entire company to Shreveport, Louisiana.
Most of you may not know this, you had the opportunity to take Houston,
Yeah.
but you chose Shreveport.
Yeah. And Houston didn't have the same. They embraced me. They good. Like I got out there, they showed me a lot of love.
Mm-hmm.
But Shreveport had the infrastructure already here. Like even the tax incentive was.
Around a year after he came to Houston, in 2022, the mayor presented 50 Cent with his key to the city and a 50 Cent Day celebration. Mayor Sylvester Turner was full of praise for 50 Cent, describing him as one of the city's most influential individuals and a philanthropic rapper, artist, and businessman who has contributed to so many causes. Causes in this city, especially the high schools that turn high school students into entrepreneurs through his Unity program. According to the mayor, he will always have a place in Houston after he declared November 24th to be 50 Cent's Day. During his acceptance speech, 50 matched the crowd's energy by embracing the recognition and showing appreciation.
To the city of Houston, but he didn't just come here to live. He has been helping out on so many causes in this city. And especially, he has been in our high schools, turning our high school students into entrepreneurs with his Unity program. I've seen him firsthand. This city has been elevated because of his presence, and so today we have the honor of saying to him, he's our 2022 Grand Marshal. Give it up to Curtis 50 Jackson. Now, before I call on him to speak, let me present you first a key to the city of Houston. Anywhere you go, 550 buildings, use the key, the door will swing wide open.
To be honest, it's hard to understand why Jay Prince is viewed as an outsider while 50 Cent is granted the keys to the city. Jay Prince was likely somewhere extremely frustrated because 50 was becoming one of the most admired figures in his city. Even though 50 Cent was celebrating his contributions and using his resources to make the community better since coming to Houston, and provide funding for specific social projects via his G-Unit Foundation to help high school students in the Houston Independent School District develop their entrepreneurial skills. He created the Unity Business Lab, an educational intervention program. He has also established himself in Houston's entertainment and sports landscape. The brand has worked with the Houston Rockets, Astros, and Texans, in addition to sponsoring the first Houston Tycoon Comedy and Music Festival in 2022, when he joined forces with the Rockets to give 1,000 free turkeys to local families for Thanksgiving. Additionally, he contributed $850,000 worth of gifts at a holiday event in 2023 to support the citywide club's efforts. In 2024, he auctioned off 2 huge bottles of his Armand de Brignac champagne and contributed to the Houston Children's Charity's $500,000 fundraising. With a total donation of $6 million, the event broke the previous record for the group, which aims to give 100,000 gifts to local youngsters.
20, matter of fact, goddaughter 50 Cent, get out here. Come on.
I know all the time I've spent with him, we've had some great times. He even tried to tell me to leave one night.
I gotta hang out with the people that can buy this stuff from me. I think Johnny might be on.
After all, the city loves 50 for his undeniable impact. But what about Jay Prince and his group mob ties? What better way to start than by creating opportunities for the city? As King of Houston, Jay Prince decided to use his position of influence to apply pressure on artists who wanted to work there. It appears to be a front for a complex protection scheme, but it's really his concept to safeguard artists who come to the city so they wouldn't be targeted. According to a protocol known as checking in, Artists must first pay their respects to Jay Prince and his staff.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
But it's usually to offer large sums of money, not just a courtesy visit. According to JPR, this is for their safety, so they won't be ambushed and can recover their assets in the event that their chains are taken. These artists, however, feel they have their own security team. Thus, they truly have no control over whether they pay or not, as the details make clear. Jay Prince and his team set them up, but they are eventually targeted and disappear from the scene. NBA YoungBoy declined to check in, and he paid a heavy price because he had traveled to Houston for business. He was away when two individuals broke into his home and took some of his valuable car keys, cash, and chains. In response to the burglars' demand for a $30,000 ransom to return his possessions, YoungBoy said he wasn't impressed and that they were just immature kids.
Don't turn me down.
What you said?
Don't turn me down. What you on, bro?
Don't turn you down.
Yeah, man, what you on, bro?
What you mean what I'm on?
What you on, nigga? What the deal? What up?
What up? You wanna buy your shit back or what?
You ain't you flunked out. I'm trying to see where you at. You dumb. What you got? $20 out of car?
Nah, nigga, you know what we got, nigga. Stop that cap.
Man.
We capping, bro. They gonna believe anything in
Want me to start my car? I just took a picture in the same car today with my little boy. You bitch ass niggas on this bitch like y'all.
In an Instagram video, Jay Prince suddenly enters the conversation by naming YoungBoy and claiming that the thieves gave him the stolen items. He also requests that YoungBoy contact him if he would like his possessions returned.
The little homie YoungBoy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, YoungBoy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, all that shit that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back.
YoungBoy told Jay Prince to keep his insincere generosity to himself, seeing through what he felt was a setup. Initially, Jay Prince was criticized by YoungBoy for bringing up the issue on social media. If Jay Prince had good intentions, he would, YoungBoy remarked. Instead of using an online video to publicize the situation, they should have reached out to him directly. After recognizing it as a clear attempt at manipulation, he refused to go along with it, knowing that contacting Jay Prince would require him to pay even more than the original demand.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy, I don't respect none of that, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you can get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business.
Jay Prince has been criticized by Cameron and Madollery for continuing these kinds of tactics at an older age when he should be retiring and teaching the next generation how to make positive changes. But YoungBoy is not the only one who has condemned Jay Prince for this insistence on checking in.
You're dealing with older people. they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like, the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Maze, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a little, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let...
Takeoff was tragically killed during one of those infamous dice games. So you've probably heard the accusations that Jay Prince was involved in his passing. Jay Prince and his sons arranged games of chance for rappers when they arrived in Houston. And that's not even mentioning the questionable dice. It has been suggested that Jay Prince's extortion plan includes these dice games as part of the setup. People pulled out their weapons and began firing, and one of the bullets accidentally struck Takeoff, ending his life, according to sources. However, new footage has reportedly surfaced suggesting that the incident didn't happen as initially believed. When Quavo and Takeoff didn't check in as Jay Prince had hoped, he allegedly became angry and instructed his people to teach them a lesson. Takeoff was supposed to be sidelined for a short time due to a minor situation, but it escalated to the point where he was fatally harmed. When asked about this, Jay Prince always seems evasive in an attempt to avoid the topic.
I believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living, but
Takeoff isn't the only person who lost their life after participating in one of those questionable dice games. But it doesn't help that people are still talking about it. For instance, when Duke the jeweler won $100,000 at a dice game, he thought he had struck gold, but he was mizzled. He was ambushed before he could even reach his car, and everything he had was taken. Since they didn't even spare his life, the contrast between Jay Prince and 50 Cent becomes clear. This leads us to the question of why 50 and Jay Prince will never be on the same level, and who has truly contributed more to Houston. This is where things get complicated. Jay Prince is rumored to have been strategizing ways to push 50 out and shut down his business in Houston. But before he could carry out those plans, 50's conflict with Big Meech began. Due to Jay Prince's consistent support for Big Meech, it's said that he sent some of his crew to warn 50 to step back. Interview 18-1/1826. But as you know, 50 isn't the type of person who would tolerate being pushed around. Instead, he made the bold decision to expose Jay Prince and his alleged extortion operation. 50 is reportedly on a mission to put an end to what he sees as Jay Prince's negative influence in Houston, and you can bet he's going to enjoy the process. But here's the real question. Do you think 50 needs to stay alert while he's in Houston? Or does he have another smart move lined up to outmaneuver Jay Prince? Let us know in the comments.